YouTube, welcome back. Today we have a problem number 28 in LeetCode, a problem called find the index of the first occurrence in a string. The problem goes like that. Given two strings, needle and haystack, or haystack if you want to read it in German, return the index of the first occurrence of needle in haystack or haystack, or -1 if needle is not a part of haystack. Okay, the description, I guess, is pretty easy. We found this haystack and we find needle. The haystack called said but said, and the needle is said, and we want to find the first occurrence. Said it's appeared in the index of 0, and the index of 6, we return the first, so we return the 0. If we can find it at all, like for example LeetCode, we have something called Leet2, so there is no Leet2, there is nothing called Leet2. So what we do, we return -1. There's multiple ways to solve this problem, and we will go through all of these ways. Today we will start with the naive solution. We use a sliding window. We could like loop, and after that, like let's what is the pen? Yeah. So basically, we could loop through the each element in the array, and after that, when we loop again to compare each element with each character with all the characters in the array, but with this one, with set, not all the characters, to make sure that we are doing it right. So basically we loop through set but set, and after that we loop through set, and I guess the time complexity will be O of n and multiplied by m also, whereas m is the length of the needle. So let's just start to code it. So I will create two variables to make our life easier. M will equals needle dot length, and n will equals haystack or haystack dot length. And I will make a for loop to loop through n first, which will be the haystack. Okay. No, it's not haystack. Okay, so I will create a variable called sliding window. Window start. Let's call it window start. Oh, let's call it I, and I equals 0, and I is less than 1, less than or equal what? Okay, so let's just look at this one to know where we wanna loop. So we have this. Let's take Leet2. Okay, we wanna loop because we have 4. It's 4. No, it's 5. So we wanna loop until a specific level. So basically we want to compare until, like, if we, because we will loop twice, we want to loop through every element, and we want to make sure that we have 5 more to try to compare with the string. So let's try to show it. So basically I want to say let I, it will be equals n minus m, okay, and I plus plus, and I will save another full loop, and it will be let j equals 0, and j, it's all the time less than m, and j plus plus, and we will do it like that if I equals if needle right, it's called needle of J doesn't equal high shack of I plus J, we break. Otherwise, we will say if I equals M minus 1, we, sorry, J. If J equals I minus 1, we return I. Let's just try to describe what's going on here, because maybe it's not easy to describe. So first, let me just try. So first, I didn't have a good day today. It was a pretty tough day. So I'm trying to focus as much as I can. Yeah, let's describe the code. So here, the provided code that we are doing, we have the str function takes two parameters, high stack and needle, which are the strings to be searched within. We calculate the length of the needle and high shack strings. First, we put this one here and store them in M and N respectively. The code used a nested loop structure to iterate through the high stack string, the outer loop represented by window start defines a sliding window that moves from the start of the high stack to its end with the window of size M. Okay, the length of the needle within the slide. This one within the sliding window, the inner loop represented by I or by J, sorry, is used to compare characters on the needle, and the current window is in the high stack. If the character mismatch is found during the comparison in the inner loop, the inner loop will break, and the sliding window is moved to the next position in the high stack. If number of loop completes without any mismatches, all characters of needle match the characters in the current window of the high stack, and the I reaches the value M minus I, and we return it. And wait a minute, yeah. And you return something important that I return. So let us run this example. Sorry guys, I'm not 100% focused today. I really had a tough day at work. Okay, anyway, let's just try to continue. So let's just run this example so we understand the code. So basically, maybe some of you will answer why we do this one. It's a pretty straightforward, pretty simple. That I want to define where the slide window will end. So the slide window will end at this position, because we want to know it will end where is the needle ends. You know what I mean? So if the needle had 3 length string, I accept at least it will start with a specific position that at least I have 2 more characters to try to compare. So first we start here. We start with said here. In said we have I, let's call I, which I, and we have J. I equals 0, and J equals 0 as well. Before I continue, I just want to submit it to make sure the code is working. Okay, until the code runs. Why the code is not working? What's going on? Did submission accepted? Yeah, it was accepted. Okay. So the code was working. So we start I with 0 first. But I wanna know n minus m. N, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 3. It will be 6. We stop at the position 6 because which will be this is because I don't want to start the sliding window with A, because I will have only one left element to compare it, and we have at least should have 3 elements to try to compare them. So it just, we don't have to loop through all of them. So we start here. We I 0, and I'll say that okay. We loop again, and the nested loop, it will be character specific. So we have let, I will say if needle of j, which will be set, doesn't equal I high stack of I plus j, which will be also 0. We break, but this doesn't happen. So we continue, and we jack right now will equals 1, and this and jack equals 1 here, and I still equals 0. So I said that if needle of j, which will be a, doesn't equals hijack of I plus j, which will be 1, which will be a, we didn't do something, we increase I. We have here if needle equals if needle doesn't equal, needle is 2, it will be d, and it will be hijack of d equals error, so we didn't break. However, we have this one right now, j is equals to m minus 1 equals 2, so we return I directly, and we return I, which is the starting, the first starting of the position. You could join this one. I'll tell you something. I highly recommend you to run my example against this one and try to think about how you could solve it with this one. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope the description is quite good. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and see you guys in future problems.